Hello and welcome back to my recordings. Traditional religion are built on two pillars: certainty, which is confessing Jesus died for our sins in Christianity, and exclusivity, which is Jesus is the only way in Christianity, or Muhammad is the only way in Islam, or Yahweh is the only way in Judaism. It comes, of course, at a price: money to be paid or obedience. The religion will then tell you exactly what will happen to you when you die, and that you, lucky you, just happen to be God's favorite child because you belong to this specific religion, of course. How clever you are to know that. Traditional religion took infinite universal truths and wisdoms of love, eternity, heaven, consciousness, the I am inside, and turned that into Sunday school fairy tales. This is first grade for spirituality, with stories, coloring books, rules, and of course, fear. But the problem comes in: we are never allowed to leave first grade. The moment you dare to try and ask deeper questions or to explore deeper truths, we are ostracized, sent off to hell, and declared heretics. I have first-hand knowledge of all of this. Instead of leading us to the universal divinity, traditional religion always leads us to something else to worship: a prophet, a dogma, a church, a priest, a pope, a book. Religion creates a middle management to micromanage our souls. When Jesus said in the first verse of the Gospel of Thomas, when we read it from the original Aramaic language, "Whoever finds the meaning or understanding of these words will never taste death," from the Aramaic it means to understand or to find the meaning of a word is to make space. First of all, to create the environment where you can actually learn the meaning of that word. And you do that through unlearning, to get rid of all the nonsense that's been pumped into our heads through years and years of indoctrination by traditional religious institutions. Secondly, to discover the true meaning of the truth embedded in the words of Jesus, and that can only be done by going into the Aramaic language, which was a Middle Eastern language, and traditionally the Middle Eastern languages have within the words and within the different letters a deeper spiritual meaning embedded. This embedded meaning cannot be found by just reading the words or reading a translation of a translation of a translation of these words. It can only be found when you go back to the original meaning and the original words that Jesus used within the Aramaic language, take that apart, and then getting to that deeper spiritual meaning. And that is what we are doing here in this series. So the words meaning or understanding the words that Jesus said calls us to a process of unlearning that we always thought was the truths, the ultimate truth that we stood upon in the traditional faith. No, it is to unlearn that and then to get to the true meaning of the words of Jesus. Happy journey with me in this interesting series. See you next time.